Very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to round 3 in the Rugby Europe Championship 2026 and to the shores of the Lac de Neuchâtel for Switzerland against the Netherlands. We are in the Stade Municipal Yverdon-les-Bains. It is the home of Swiss Rugby. The head office is just a short walk away. This is on the inside, getting the insight of what goes on ahead of the national team playing in this corner of Switzerland as they aim for a second ever victory in the Rugby Europe Championship after one of the great days in this competition from last year when they beat Germany. They're up against the Dutch, a team known for providing the surprising, the engaging and the highly impressive, whether that's in the form of their Super Cup team, the Delta, or the national team. Dutch rugby is never far from a great day out. Well, the two captains met earlier with our referee today, Diego Miranda, in the middle. Gilles Porcher on the right-hand side for the Swiss. Fly half today, taking on the captaincy role this season. And Mace Voets for the Netherlands. He's the outside centre. And maybe for the first time in Rugby Europe history, two normal human-sized captains. So Diego Miranda is not having to look too high up, as usually we find. Two towering lock forwards peering down at him is the usual fare, but backs captaining the day. Two excellent players. This is what's been going on in round 3 so far. Georgia in that group decider against Spain, and Belgium overcoming Germany. Germany, of course, being Romania earlier in the competition for another big moment in this championship's history. This is how things look in Pool A. So this match today will decide who finishes third in the pool, and therefore who faces Germany versus who faces Belgium in the next round. Let's hear the word of the coaches ahead of kickoff.
Olivier, over the last 2 games of this European Championship, we've seen quite a lot of good things from the Swiss team. What is your strategy on securing a win against the Netherlands today?
I think we have a very good memory and we know how this team is good. So secure a victory, I think, is not the good word, because it will be a very tough game, very hard game. So we will really try to do our best and show how Switzerland step by step go up.
Brian, first away game for your team in this European Championship. How's the competition been so far for you?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a lot of learning for us. Obviously, I just arrived early January, so there's not been a lot of time to prepare the team, but to play against Spain and Georgia has been really positive to allow us to understand what the players are like. We've capped 13 new players within the last 2 games, and it's been really exciting, but also a lot of learning for myself to see where we are. So to come away from home, to get some time together, to get some kind of camaraderie together, but also more of an understanding of how we want to play is, you know, a real good opportunity for us today.
Thank you very much. Good luck for the game today.
Two very astute tactical minds at play today, coaching boxes, and Brian Eason and Olivier Nia. They go head to head in that department. Well, as the wind ripples through the Stade Municipal Yverdon-les-Bains for Switzerland's second home game of the season, the fans taking up their place. It was a packed out crowd when Georgia visited at the start of the year, and Switzerland have been putting in stellar first half performances against both Georgia and then Spain. They have been in both those contests at half-time against the Netherlands, who have also lost their 2 matches this season. This could be one in which the Swiss go further and push the Dutch closer. Well, we've been hearing the Swiss national anthem a lot recently, given the Winter Olympics is going on and the Swiss dominance of downhill skiing. And here we go. The 2 anthems today. Switzerland and the Netherlands line up ahead of this test match in the last round of the group stages in the Rugby Europe Championship. We all know what fires burn deep inside these Swiss rugby players. They have come on the scene of the Rugby Europe Championship in the last 2 seasons, and they have taken our attentions, and we are engrossed in what's next in the Swiss rugby story. Let's see this afternoon. Jules Porcher will captain from number 10, the man who dropped the winning kick against Germany last season to give them that famous day. The Netherlands captained by Mees Voets in the centres. Sam Verplank switches to the wing today. Jack Slot back at number 8. All power and busyness from the base of the scrum. Switzerland's bench includes Willy Gonair, who's had starts earlier in the competition at number 10. Diogo Miranda from Portugal in the middle, and from Portugal, one of the powerhouses of rugby statistics and rugby journalism, is alongside me today in Francisca Isaac, all the way from Portugal as well. Francisca, great to have your company this afternoon.
Hello, Jack. Thank you for having me. I hope we're going to have a brilliant game, because these two teams are in different stages of their progress. I think Switzerland is showing what they can do at this level. Those 2 first halves against Georgia and Spain were massive, while Netherlands is trying to figure out a way forward, and this new batch of players seem ready to take up the challenge for the next 4 or 5 years.
Such a young team as well, this Netherlands side. Not one player in this 23 is under 30 years of age. Their oldest player at fullback today, Tay Campbell, and they've led 13 new caps in the Rugby Europe Championship so far. As Brian Easton outlined, new coach installed from January after Lynn Jones has moved this nation upwards towards ever higher achievements, and they're not far away from delivering massive blows to more established names at this level. But Switzerland too, and it's a chance for the Swiss today, playing in their black jerseys, not their red that we've seen them in so often. The Dutch in that characteristic orange. Swiss flags in the crosses flying in the wind. It is a little bit of a crosswinds on the shores of Lac de Neuchâtel. Wonderful setting for a sporting occasion, this. And we're straight to the scrums, Francisco. Jack Slob at the back for the Dutch, and his counterpart opposite him, Thomas Coignat, as well. Ever present in this team this season, one of just 2 players for the Swiss who is taking their 3rd start of the campaign. Thomas Coignat at number 8.
Yes, 2 different number 8s. Jack Slob, when he made his debut for Netherlands, I found him intriguing. He has the size and the physicality to impose a new era at the back of scrum, because we were used to watch Christopher Raymond, leading the Dutch forward pack from the back. But now it's a new era, and I think Jack Slob, with a few others, can mount to a new era for the Orange.
He's just 21, is Slob. We already know about his strengths from this season's performance with the Delta. And he's got a mess at the back there to have to deal with, but it's going to be tidied up nicely. And the Dutch are turning old lint into linen here. Cutting back on the inside was Van Hilst, the scrum half in good support. Pace high for the Dutch early on. Encroaching towards the Swiss 22. Crossfield kick over to Bjorn Dolman's corner, and Dolman collects comfortably. Such a powerful runner, Bjorn Dolman. That was a call that was well set up, and Dolman without contest on the left wing to claim it. Van Hilst. Wide pass, missing out the first 2 options. Jack Slob now resets, he'll get it this time, the number 8. Van Hilst picks and goes, just delays to bring in those forwards wrapping rounds. Forwards missed out. Into the hands of Vikash Maya. 3rd start of the campaign for Maya. Such a talented fly half. Now this is dropped away. Dolman has got a one-on-one here on the edge, and Bjorn Dolman will go in. The Dutch at high speed early on. Bjorn Dolman signs in for work in Switzerland, and that is a wonderful score.
Excellent piece of play. I would love to watch a replay, because that, succession of passes, and it was not even a phase, it was this passing phase was incredible. And almost having an incredible men's Rugby Europe Championship, like another try. And look, it started from a scrum. It was like touching the Dutch 22, and they went with such speed to get inside the Swiss 22 and score points. I think Brian is going to be very happy with the start, because you could not ask for better, and you're playing as a visiting side. So congrats the Netherlands for the start.
Vikash Maya turns quickly away. He knows he's nailed that one. The Cardiff Met students. He's been outlined as the future of fly half play in the Netherlands for a couple of years now, but really stepping into that role in this Rugby Europe Championship with 3 starting roles in a row for Maya. Through the under-20s pathway. Such a successful under-20s pathway that the Dutch have put together. And that is starting to bear fruit at international level. The Dutch off to a great beginning. 7 points to 0.
Okay, use it!
And that'll hurt the Swiss, Francisco, because they have been specialists at the first 40 across the first 2 fixtures against Georgia and Spain.
There's a knock on, and number 3 pulls the ball offside.
Yes, that's right. For me, I'm a bit stunned with this, this start of the game, because against Georgia and Spain, they were like perfect in most of what they played, be it tackling, Discipline-wise, they were quite good against Georgia. Spain, they made a few more penalties, but they were able um, to mount something bigger in an attack. And today against the Netherlands, 5 minutes in, already 2 penalties, 1 conceded try. If Vickers pulls out this kick, which is incredible, if he's going to do it, it's going to be 10 points down in the first 5 minutes, which is unheard of for this season.
I think it would be the Netherlands to take that start out against the Swiss is an unlikely thing to think at the start of the season, but it's what's happened. Vikas Meyer with a monster penalty for 10-0. And it does just highlight, Francisco, how well the Swiss played those first 2 matches, the first 40s of them, and what they put out there. They were 21-14 down in their first encounter against Spain, and they were 7-3 down against Georgia in their second encounter. Both at half-time, those scores, before falling away in the second half. But nonetheless, very impressive first 40s put together. Things will be a little different today. They'll need to be.
No. The rock was inside, so it's a good kick. Yeah.
So the Swiss saying that should have been back inside the 22 from where it was kicked from, but the ruck was inside the 22. Had it been just outside, you can't pass back into your 22 and kick out to touch. But the referees know what they saw, and Switzerland get the first possession from the set piece of the afternoon. Jeremy Toa wearing 13 into contact, blessing Motong, the scrum half. Starting his third REC match of the season as well. Motong at 9. Dolman's under this, hands on it from Switzerland. Let's come back into Dutch hands, and Switzerland with their chasers doing the job here.
13 has scored. Yeah.
I think what's so exciting, Francisco, for us watching on, and maybe any neutrals out there, although I'm sure there's plenty of partisanship as well following this encounter, is you never know what's going to happen in a Swiss match. There are many different types of Swiss matches we've seen, from the fast starts to the toughing them out, and then of course finishing things against Germany at the end of last season with a drop goal. It really can go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly that. It's not come down to luck, but the Swiss are a threatening side, because, as you said, they can do a fantastic first 40 minutes or fantastic last 20 like they did against Germany. But now they have a penalty advantage, and maybe it's time to score some points so they can start challenging the Dutch lead.
Porsche kicks that very low. He had the advantage with him.
You're going around, you're not changing your mind, but you're collapsing them all. Number 8, you're going around and
Jack Slob is being penalised here.
It doesn't matter if you can't collapse them all.
For collapsing them all. Let's keep an eye on number 8 for the Netherlands, if we can. Well, he's in the midst of it, isn't he? Actually, on the floor, you can see he's collapsed that. And you can't do that. You've got to stay on your feet. Great chance for the Swiss. Now the lock forwards, Martin Evan, was on the score sheet earlier in the REC from close range against Spain. This one goes straight to grounds. Motong, the centres with Jeremy Toa piling into contact. Motong gets quick enough ball, and this is well-organised attacking play from the Swiss. Motong changes direction. Now he brings in Mata Evan. The ball gets out here onto Toa, and Toa dragged down 6 meters out. Dutch having to rearrange themselves quickly. They're a little out of shape, and the next man coming up is the vice-captain, Sjoberg.
Backwards.
Pops back to Toa. Dutch have settled themselves a little in defence. That orange line looking organised, but now being poked again as Switzerland go just around the side of the ruck. Motong does really well here, and he is completely levelled by Kahembe, the hooker for the Netherlands. This will test what plan B the Swiss have in situations such as this.
Time is off. So number 2 makes the tackle. He has always contact with the tackle player. Slowing down.
Jack, if I can just, like, while Netherlands, we see we have rewatched that try, there's a pattern in the attack. They know what they're doing, each player. Switzerland is a bit more chaotic type of approach. As you see, they were trying to, find something in the Dutch defense, and they were playing with units, like three-man units, but at the same time there was 2-man unit, 4-man unit. They go. It's a very adapt kind of attack, and it leaves little space. If you make a mistake, the other team is going to pounce. And I think against Netherlands, Switzerland has to be a bit more patient and try to work more, even if it goes a slower phase, a pick and go, a second pick and go. But it's far better than doing that, or to do the opposite, which is try to speed up things when you don't have a ball runner ready to take the ball, or a good ball or good support to help that carrier.
The Dutch having to make a change as well, Francisco. Now Wietse Molenkamp is on. Kwame Vormadam and Jules Porchet try to nail the first points of the afternoon for the home side. Jules Porchet knocking that right through, the Swiss off the mark, making sure that the Netherlands don't go too far down the road. The captain gets the first points of the afternoon for the Swiss. And there's plenty of wonderful background sceneries, Francesca, that we see on our Rugby Europe travels. This is one of those which is so good to watch when we get the chance from the restart to look into the background. Wonderful place to play rugby.
Yeah, for sure. Like hills, mountains, forests. It's an incredible setting.
The cypress trees of Lisbon come to mind, don't they? Yeah, the wonderful natural park where Lusitanoos and the national side also play.
For me, my favorite stadium is still Estadio Complutense in Madrid, which is like in the middle of a city, in the middle of uni, which is incredible. You get amazing scenes with a bit of forest and a bit of a old type of stadium.
That's lovely too. Absolutely right. The Dutch slick off the top of the lineouts. And Maya spreading the play, bringing numbers back on the inside. They're looking fluid when they attack. Sam Verplank coming into the line. Very well organised attack, which Vikash Maya is constructing here. Van Hilst, his number 9. They're actually best mates, the 9 and 10 for the Netherlands, as well as being university club mates. So they really know each other's games inside out. And there's that kind of cohesion that we're seeing at the moment from the Netherlands. But when the Swiss get their chance on the floor, they're making life difficult to get quick ball. Here's Kahembe.
Still advantage.
Van Hilst. Maya very close to the line, and then the pass on from the blindside flanker, Mark van der Veen. Van Hilst and Maya lops this over the top, and on the outside, it's for Plank. Just about keeps it alive.
Go back to the penalty. Yeah, they're on the side. Yeah, sure. Do not do that, okay? Just with the gate. Side.
this unfortunately being an area that Switzerland today is not doing well. If we rewatch the whole scene, Diogo Miranda was explaining to the Swiss players to stop, going through that side of the rug, to go through the middle and through the gate, as we should say, but they didn't listen. And well, now penalty and possibly could end up with another or 3 or 5 or 7 points for the Netherlands. So when the match official is saying to you, stop doing that, they should do, because that ruck was lost. It's a concerning error today for the Swiss.
The Dutch have a very well organised rolling maul. Kahembe, after finding his man, moves to the back. He's got his right arm on the ball, the hooker. The Swiss having to man the barricades. And the Dutch are over the line, but held up. Enough bodies getting under Kahembe and stopping the score.
It seemed that the maul drive was going in, but excellent from Switzerland to know this is patience, to know when to tackle and when to take the maul down. Well done, legally, not illegally, but legally. Well done for Switzerland.
Up to the halfway line. Maya, he's going to go for the long-range drop goal. Vikash Maya has power behind that right boot of his, but that connection wasn't clean.
But it's great to see and watch Vickers Meyer feeling so confident he can drop goal from the midfield line. Like, compared to what happened in 2025, this is a new Vickers Meyer. More confident, more mature. This is what Netherlands needs.
Bouncing around off for Plank's arms. Switzerland have it back. Johan Folkley with that carry, and Toa goes into contact. The outside centre knows how to make meters in contact, doesn't he, Jeremy Toa? He's already made that very clear this afternoon. Dutch will have to watch him. Motung, the scrum half, to Porsche, almost recollects it. Almost getting it on then to Nicolas Moustier. They're unpredictable. Again, Francisco, you never quite know where it's going to come from. Porsche this time with the type of option that could easily have worked out here.
It was a great idea. Look, there was nothing in the Swiss back line, like no pattern, no unit ready to take the ball. And this is what makes them so dangerous, because the other side, the defending side, looks to them and says, what are you going to do? Because we don't know. Is he going to kick the ball? Is he going to do cross kick? Is he going to go only to contact? And this is why Switzerland gave so much trouble to Georgia and to Spain in the first two rounds of the Men's Rugby Europe Championship.
Wait in front, 7-7, back.
Van Helsten, Maya. Good distance on this. The fullback Lucas Schmid, still a teenager, age 19 for Switzerland. Plays his rugby for GC Zurich. Oh, that's Van Helsten his best. Offloading, almost getting it to Tay Campbell. Switzerland shut that down. Motung, the scrum half for Switzerland, actually plays his club rugby in Yverdon.
Carries back, wait in front, now you're on.
Dolman doesn't take that, but positioned his body well enough so it didn't knock on.
Advantage. Number 5, you're on the wrong side of the tackle, affecting your clean out. Cut. Guys, current ball.
Again, discipline. But at the same time, like what you were saying, Jack, about with the Swiss being unpredictable, I think the Netherlands are trying also to play that game, and I don't know if it's the best course of action, because when Switzerland does that, and it happened with Spain, it starts to viralize to the Spanish side, and that first opening for 40 minutes for Spain was chaos. It was pure chaos to the point they had to, when came the break, they had to reshuffle things and reset.
Vikash Maya stands very close to the ball, just 2 steps, and then that right-footed whack, and he bisects the post again. Vikash Maya lands another, and Netherlands take their lead out to 13 points to 3 over Switzerland.
In 4 opportunities, the Netherlands had to score points. They scored 3 times. One of them they failed, was that driving maul that almost came close to score, to get another 5 or 7 points to the Netherlands, but the other 3, 13 points. Excellent from them.
It's been clinical, hasn't it, the Dutch so far? Team which managed to show up very well in their opening encounter to Spain. They went away, or rather hosted in Amsterdam, losing 51-33 in the end. 2,000 fans in the capital. Now Vikash Maya looks around and has made really his first error of the afternoon, taking 20 minutes, and it's not bad going, but it's given the Swiss a great field position here to work from.
Yes, but that kick from Lucas Schmidt, it seemed it was not going anywhere, and suddenly it came close to the line because Meyer had to tap it out or do something, because it would be dangerous to leave it in, and now they have an excellent option to score points. This is prime time Switzerland.
Right to the back, attempted steal, and the Netherlands aren't going to get that. They knocked it on. High-class stuff from Switzerland, going to the back with Tom Nubla, the hooker. It's wonderful conditions for rugby today. Cool, yet with sun beating down on the field. For those of you who are based in more northern European town, will be feeling very envious of these kind of conditions, where it's been wet for the whole year so far. Francisco, we're not going to ask you what it's been like where you're from in Portugal. That's just going to make everyone feel a little upset, I think.
Yeah, here in Madeira it's been incredible. Like this, I hope this scrum from Switzerland, like incredible from Netherlands. Good input, well done.
Backwards.
Just over Porsche, however. So the tidying from Cyril Flukiger is required. He's done that well. Good central position still. Motong. Porsche. Lovely pass to release his blindside flanker.
Lost it. Don't play the 9.
Jagurlina. And then the open side. Moustier. Moustier making good yards. Then the hooker, Nubla, goes next.
Last feet.
They're making dents in the Dutch defence. Maxence Gliska.
Number 17 offside.
Motong. Forwards want to have another go. And they all pile in when they get their chance. Motong might be getting the call from the backs now. It is over to Porsche. Lovely flat pass across. Heavy carry from Gaetan Hirsch. Gliska again. Dutch know a little bit about where it's coming from now, but can they stop it? The Swiss rolling over to the line.
Held up.
And that placement not quite found. But when they go through the pick and go phases, Francisco, it's impressive, and they have the penalty anyway.
Number 17 got in front of last feet, okay?
Yes, at the same time, with the new laws that
Time is off.
your drive has to be clean, because then it happens. Of course, they had a penalty advantage, which was great for Switzerland, but we have seen they can't manage to find a crack on the Dutch defense, or they go for the unpredictable side of things, and at some point something will pop or not, or they have to go for a more reliable type of pick and go. They're going to tap tap and go, which is always dangerous. But what we have seen with Wales last week, yesterday, it led to a try. So
I'm on.
I'm
Number 17
I'm
offside.
curious to see what happens here.
Nicolas Moustier is the watchmaker of this particular mechanism, and he's parried it straight into contact. Nothing fancy about that. They just went for the power game and they're crawling over the line. Not quite. Motung goes around to Porsche. Loop pass over the top here. The Swiss can run this in. Lovely step on the edge and the dive for the line. And Cyril Flukija has scored the try. He's staying down on the ball just to make the point to anyone in doubt. But the Swiss get the first score for themselves after 24 minutes.
Great for Switzerland, although I would love to see that pass, because I have some doubts if it didn't go forward. But as you see, it's very chaotic type of gameplay. Like, they went for the pick and go when Alden Motung made a decision to go, without playing a penalty advantage, to go wide to Porsche, and then a very wide pass finally to Schmidt.
Let's have a look. Yeah, it's definitely backwards, Francisco. Threw it on the 5 metre and he collected 1 metre back from that, and that's momentum too. Cyril Flukija with a beauty of a score, and it's just so fun to see someone celebrating like that when you're just meters away from your home fans.
And the Swiss fans, you know, bring a party. It's like what you see in France with the band coming in, and there's a band in the stadium, which is always great. It gives more life and it gives a more picturesque picture to all of it. So it's a great canvas, all men's Rugby Europe Championship canvas for all that are at home watching the game.
And on that canvas, oil paints being used by the Dutch and the Swiss at times. For Porsche, not quite with the extras there. But already the fly half showing his quality for Switzerland today.
That pass, I was very split if it went forward or not, but great from Porsche and great from Motung, because he made the right decision at that moment.
It's halfbacks, such a key component of the match, but the relationship between 9 and 10 is almost more valuable than having two very good exponents at 9 and 10. If they know each other and understand each other, that counts for an awful lot. And on both sides today, it's a well-established halfback pairing.
Everyone in.
It's a connection that you don't easily build. You need time, like now Netherlands has with Vickers, Meijer, Van Hilst, due to the Cardiff Met Bucks team.
There is Meijer. That's a line that has been run so many times in training. It was well executed here. Just two players peeling away and one jackknifing through the middle. Van Hilst, zip on that pass again. Plenty of numbers behind the gain line, and this is why, so that they can carefully make their way forward and pick the right pass before contact. Tobias Nota, the inside centre, someone who started both two previous REC encounters this season. Slob on the charge. Meijer, lovely pass. He's got so many willing runners outside him. Lucas Meijer Kahembe that time. Here is Ace Votes. Good tackle from Switzerland.
No hands. Last feet.
Van Hilst.
Use it.
Switzerland making it a crowded pitch with their defensive alignment. Slob. Box kicked over by Van Hilst, and Porsche was there. Almost as if they laid the trap for Van Hilst to try that box kick over the top, and then they closed the door on it. Francisco, what did you see about the Dutch attack that was promising there?
It was promising when they were doing their pattern, going slowly, building up. But at the same time, Switzerland has something that we never talk about, is how Switzerland is good to adapt to the opposition's attack, and they are excellent reading it. So they found out that after two slow phases from the Dutch side, they normally what happens next is like overpass from a center to Vickers Meyer, and Meyer then will try to play for Verplank or for someone who's on the wing or is the fullback. And they read it that perfectly well. The ball started to bounce around, and well, Van Helst made it that kick that went nowhere.
Dutch get a second crack at things with this kind of set-piece possession.
Wait, use it. Wait in front.
Back to Meyer instead this time.
Yes, you're on now.
Two chasers coming after this, but no real pressure on Lucas Schmid at the back. Off his left boot, he gives that a big whack.
Orange, retreat, go back, keep going back.
This low.
Back. Number 50 on time.
Porsche.
He's inside 22, go back. Everyone, keep moving back, five back.
Looks for touch, didn't necessarily want to find it. Keeps it in, Slob. He wants to go straight and make meters in contact. And he's up to the halfway line. Van Hilst. Meyer. Dinks over the top instead. Good option from Vikash Meyer. There is a charging Dutchman on the inside. It won't make its way to Dolman. Dirk Brühl was the towering figure wearing 4 that brought that under his spell. And Dolman looks injured here. The hamstring on the left-hand side. Good change of decision. Initially looking for the pass. Brühl, it was perfectly in his stride, and Dolman bent for the ball. Didn't quite get it, and then it's come up clutching his quad.
If Dolman is out, it will be a big loss for Netherlands, because Dolman, it's not only about speed, it's physicality. It's how he keeps going even if someone is tackling him. He's nowadays one of their biggest units, and they need him. But what a passage of play from Vickers Meyer! Like, that kick was so well done, well crafted, and you know, when we see a towering log suddenly showing on the wing and doing that pass, because I think pass was almost on point, but it was great for Netherlands, way better, because that type of kicks have to mount to something. You can't just go and give the opposition air and space to read and to do whatever they want, because Jules Porsche is very dangerous when he has space, you know, to think about what he's going to do, where he's going to kick the ball.
There was a knock on.
Francisco, we've got two fiercely intelligent number 10s on display here, and almost because of the fact that Jules Porsche has grown up in a Swiss system where in many encounters they would have been under pressure, or at times they would be in a disorganized state, and he's been the man who's had to conjure something from that. He's developed this all-round skill set where he's had to do a lot of it himself. He knows so many tricks which fly halves from tier 1 nations, let's say, won't necessarily have ever had to develop those skills, but he has, and he's got them. And age 27, he's now able to deploy so many different tactics.
It comes down to one concept, which is adaptability. Most of these teams, when they play in the U18s or U20s Men's Rugby Europe Championship, or playing the trophy on conference, which are the two men's divisions lower than the championship, you can't only be a 10. You can't be only a fly half or someone who creates, you know, good ball or good plays. You have to know how to tackle, you have to know how to kick, to rely on very different type of kicks. And Porsche has everything in that bag. Like, if people love to watch these games, please rewatch last year's Germany-Switzerland, because those final 20 minutes from Jules Porsche was like a statement. It's from someone who isn't a fully amateur, because he's played for Servette Rugby, which they are playing in the National in France. But Porsche is, you look to him and he doesn't seem that much, but he is a big star player for Switzerland and one of the best in the men's Rugby Europe Championship. He has that star power, and from nothing, he can or score points for Switzerland or save them from conceding any points, which is great.
Yeah, that last 20 minutes from Porsche, it was like a portfolio of artistic work, wasn't it? Laid out on display. The Dutch have taken this, though, and Dolman is back on his feet. And they bundle him into touch. One wonders whether Dolman is fully ready to get back into full contact here. Van Hilst feeds him nonetheless. He's walking okay.
Yeah, I was saying they're playing advantage, but they should not, try to feed him to the Lions when he needs a bit more time to, to recover, because he didn't seem that ready to go back to play. And a massive error from Wickersmeyer again. Like the ball went on the full. This is not good from the Netherlands.
Yeah, wow, that's in a different category of mistake for fly halves to make, isn't it, that one?
You can't, at this level, you can't, because this Switzerland was on the verge of conceding again points, and now they got off scot with that.
Yeah, maybe not off scot-free, but off Dutch-free on this occasion. Meyer waiting for Van Hilst, but the forwards will have a go instead. And Van Hilst changes direction, making a lot of the decisions himself, the scrum half, and sharing that load with Meyer. See space in behind, and there's a good chase on here as well. Excellent take in the air. The flying Flukinger. He's been taken out whilst claiming the ball. Oh, it was, excuse me, Jules Porsche. So brave. And his technique excellent. The fly half. Nace Foats could be in a bit of trouble here.
I'll tell you what I have. So, number.
Trying to hear what the match official had said, but I think it's a yellow card. It's not high level, but danger, but it's a yellow card. He was not in position to gather up that ball, and excellent from Jules Porsche. Again, he's a bag of tricks, and this aerial takedown was incredible.
The captain of the Netherlands off for 10, so they'll start the second half without their outside centre, and Nace Foats there's never a good time to go off for 10, but this is one of the trickier times to negotiate. Last run into half-time and then starting the second half. So Switzerland with a great opportunity to try to push the button and get another score on the board before the half-time whistle sounds.
Not competing.
Nubla with the throw taken by Jelena. And back with Nubla, gets up again. Lets the forwards bring him forward, and they are making headway into Dutch defences much more now as this half has worn on. Up from fullback is Schmid. Goes into the 22, tackling from Dolman. Mouton, wide pass from the scrum half, Porsche. Change of direction, taking it on the open side flanker, Moutier, and Mouton gets it back. Likes to keep the ball alive, does the scrum half.
There's no advantage. We go back. Number 8. Or wheeling around with a maul, and now bringing him to the ground. He needs to stay up. You don't change your bind, but you need to stay up. They're going down, they are going down because of you.
Dutch discipline, Francisco, a little shaky right now.
Right.
Look, it's pretty remarkable that they went from excellent opportunities to strike another try from the line out, but that Wickersmeyer was unable to put the ball out, went on the full, and now suddenly they're down to 14 players, with the Swiss having a clear option to go for a 22 line out. And I think it's going to be a very good kick from Jules Porsche. So last 4 minutes from from the first half, and if Switzerland scores here a try, it can be a game match-defining moment. Like Netherlands have to stay their ground; they have to fight legally that maul drive, because the Swiss know how to build the maul drive, but in 3 minutes the game has shifted completely.
So the Swiss gather round and they get this black bobsleigh moving towards the line. The pick and go, the power coming in from Nublat. Next wave is there. Moutier rolls, Vikash Myers underneath it, but they score. The Swiss get a second. The Dutch have been dented again. All those flags flying ever more energetically now. Moutier, second score of the REC for the open side.
This take from Switzerland, from Nublat, was so well done. The maul drive was killed legally by the Netherlands, but they were quick to adapt and find a way in. And then a quick pick and go and a second pick and go from Nicolas Moustier. Like, incredible play from Switzerland. And as you see, Netherlands had a shot to go 20 to 8, and now we have 13-all, and with a chance with Porsche going 15-13. So amazing scenes, amazing.
They ride momentum very well in these parts, and Jules Porsche knocks them in front for the first time in the contest on 37 minutes. The captain of Switzerland cutting a very composed figure right now. 15-13. The Dutch were 10-0 up in under 10 minutes, and Switzerland have pegged them back. Wonderful contest this now. Remember, last year, the Dutch beat the Swiss 73 points to 0. Porsche.
Use it. Don't move in front.
Mouton. Lucas Schmid's left leg is the avenue to get out of their own 22, and it's a good one.
There you go.
Now the trick for Switzerland is to not allowing Netherlands to score any points. So discipline-wise, they have to be perfect for the last minute and just be patient on defense.
What are the Dutch capable of without their captain Mace Voets in the back line?
Use it now. Use it.
Minute before half-time. Van Hilst, and it's a good setup. Now the forwards come forward as well. Brühl was lurking. Slob doesn't get a clean pass. Checks and then he goes into contact. That's much more like it from Sjoberg. Vice captain taking on the captaincy, presumably right now with Voets off the field.
Release! Ball is there.
Van Hilst. Somehow the Swiss haven't given a penalty away there, despite being all over the ball. Meyer shouting at players, getting them in position, doesn't even want it, the fly half, wants to just orchestrate things from behind the scenes. Switzerland try to pinch it, and Nublat has done exactly that. Blessing Mouton likes the look of things. The scrum half congratulating his hooker. This is excellent on the floor, Francisco.
Excellent, and see, patience. They were patient to wait for the right occasion to pounce and collect the ball. Like, they didn't risk going to strike a rock. They didn't risk trying to get that maul drive quickly down. They waited for the right moment to tackle the Netherlands, and they go to the break on the lead.
And they're standing a foot taller than when they entered the field, Switzerland. They lead the Dutch at half-time at home, in the REC. It is Switzerland 15, the Netherlands 13. What a second half we have in store. Oh, great scenes. It wouldn't matter what the score was, those flags would still be flying. But there is real optimism now that the Swiss can land a second victory in the REC after last year's win over Germany when they come back out in the second half. But the second half has been where things have faded away in their first two encounters. A massive 40 minutes incoming as we go to halftime. So Francisco, everyone in the stands off to charge their glasses, no doubt. And maybe several of you at home doing likewise. This is how we got to this point. Bjorn Dolman, Vikash Meyer taking a lead of 10-0 before 10 minutes, but then the Swiss came back, and how they came back. Building in confidence, that try came in from Cyril Flukija, and then from there, there was really no stopping them. Switzerland will still be without their captain for the next 3 minutes of the second half. Francisco, great beginning here. One-on-one, Dolman's always going to win this.
It was great from Netherlands. Look, the first 15 minutes from the Dutch were perfect. They were organized. When they got in the last 22, they scored points. But while the game was going on and minute by minute, it seems the way that the Swiss play rugby started to infect the Dutch. They started being so organized. They started to, try to have a crack here and there, and that only fed Switzerland. And they mounted a comeback. Started here with this try, and while Vikas Meyer, scored another perfect, beautiful penalty goal. Then it was all Switzerland. Like, defense was great. They were ambitious. Even like we talked about disorganized, but it's the way they play, and they feel at ease doing that. This try it's cunning. It's just speed and speed. While the Netherlands were waiting for maybe a slower kind of phase, Swiss was incredible. And they deserve to take this lead to the break.
Nicolas Moutier with that score off Nubla's drive. So much desire from the open side to make that try line. And that's how the Swiss took out their lead, 15 points to 13. Now, we're going to take a break at half-time, but in the half break, we have a mission for you. We want to see you at the Rugby Europe Championship finals in Madrid. It's on Sunday, the 15th of March. On screen during the halftime break, we're going to put a QR code so you can go on there, use the link, and buy your ticket so that we can see you at the REC finals on the 15th of March. It's in Madrid this year. What an occasion it's going to be. We'll see you all in a short one. Welcome back, everybody. We are, you left us, in position, waiting for the second half of Switzerland against the Netherlands. The Swiss, having had the shortest of breaks to reflect on that first half, no doubt now switching a little bit, mentality-wise, Francisco, towards believing that the win is possible, and therefore maybe feeling a little bit more nervous than when they set out this afternoon with all that positivity and energy about challenging this team. As they lead, you're the hunted at this point.
Yeah, you are the hunted. I was looking to the head-to-head games between the Switzerland and Netherlands while Switzerland was the home side, and the game that they came the closest to winning against Netherlands was in 2017. Netherlands won by 3 points, 30-27, but it was men's Rugby Europe Trophy. So a long time ago, and like you said, last year 73-0. It's incredible. I don't know how they did this, but we have seen in the first 2 rounds that they managed to do it against Spain and Georgia. Some special in the opening half. My problem is, can they last another 40 minutes doing what they have done in this first half?
Netherlands back out, awaiting their hosts, and with plenty of capacity to go to another gear. We know that the way this team in its various guises, either as the national team or as the Delta, have been able to perform against teams of supposedly and on paper higher quality. They've challenged them, and the Delta, in that particular format, we know they challenged the Iberians, almost beating them in the Super Cup earlier this year, just falling short. And now they've added the likes of this man to the pack, Vikas Maya. But you suspect, Francisco, it will need a big performance from Vikas Maya in this second half to put control back into proceedings for the Dutch.
Come on.
Yes, but it has to go beyond, because it has to be the whole team coming back down to earth and to rebuild to do what they were doing in the first 15 minutes. Because after that, Netherlands stopped doing what they do best, with organized attack and slowly build something.
Jack Slob from the back,
Not on the ball.
straight into heavy traffic, setting up the Dutch. Brian Eason, the coach for the Netherlands, having no doubts taken on the leadership during half-time to try to reset this Dutch team and give them control back. Vikas Maya points to the posts as they're still down to 14 men, as Mace Fotes, the captain, stays off the field for another 2 minutes, having been yellow carded for a collision in the air, a tackle in the air on Jules Porsche in the first half.
Vikas Maya was losing a bit of time on purpose, so when after he takes a kick, it will be just 1 minute before Mace Fotes comes back in. It's smart play, but at the same time, if the shot clock goes off, you will get penalized. So let's see if he can get struck from this distance, because he have already done this twice today.
Well, distance we know is not going to be a problem for this man. Can he get the radar attuned to go between these two poles? Vikas Maya, no problem for the Dutch number 10. He puts the Netherlands back in the lead, 16-15.
Best way to come out from the break, like immediately back some points. You know, the yellow card is coming to an end, so great.
Maya gets it as long as he can. And so the Swiss, somewhat handing back the momentum to the Dutch at the start of this second half, when they could have had 3 minutes to have another go at the 14 men of the Netherlands before Voets gets back on. Lovely off the top though. Moutier, the open side. Great connection with his lock forward in Martin Eva. Big contact in midfield, and off Toa's pass. Now, Motong, Porsche, didn't have anywhere to go, so made sure there were mates around him before going to ground. Nubla. Motong. Porsche. Sees some space in here, and Dolman feels it and then finds it to his fullback, Campbell.
Ball is carried back into the 22. Wait. Now it's inside.
So the Swiss can't kick that straight out. Now they can, that they've been tackled back into the 22. And this can go straight to touch from Van Hilst, should he choose to. But it doesn't. The Swiss running things from deep with Lucas Schmid. Look at the speed from the fullback if he works the hands free. There were numbers outside him. Great burst though from the 19-year-old. And Switzerland come again. It's still alive, chipping ahead from the number 8, Quagnat.
Everyone's onside now.
Energy to proceedings that Porsche is looking to harness. And the fly half goes himself. Porsche breaks the line. There's support on the inside. It just goes to the floor and the knock-on comes. Oh, Switzerland are banging their drum again. And the Dutch just about hanging on.
That passage of play from Thomas Coignat, like incredible. That short grabber was so well done. And again, Jules Porsche is unreadable. Like we have said this already in the first half. He's a bag of tricks, and he's on fire. And I think the Netherlands has to stop him on the spot. Give him an inch of space. This time around, it didn't end to nothing. Amount to nothing. Sorry, but don't give him too many opportunities. The German can verify what I'm saying, because last year it came down to that. They gave too much time and space to Jules Porsche, and in the end, robbed goal and a massive win.
The problem for the Dutch is that when they look at Jules Porsche, all they see are question marks. Will it come off his right hand, his left, his right foot, his left? Will he run? Nothing is known about where he's going to go. He's so good at mixing it up. Now Jack Slob is on the charge. He won't mix things up. He'll play to his strengths, which is carrying hard. And the meters he's made there, very, very useful for the Netherlands. But we're going to come all the way back here. It's a lengthy advantage. Jürgen Miranda, referee, is back for collapsing at the scrum. Well, Jack Slob might feel aggrieved there. Does he lose, Francisco, statistically, those meters that have just been made, because that play hasn't been rubber stamped, essentially?
I tend to give the meters because it was a chance. I know it gets nullified, but for what happened, it's a great run from him. I wanted him to go and keep believing. He should sprint it a bit more, because he had everything to do something, but it wasn't a great advantage for the Netherlands, because in the end it didn't amount to nothing.
Set piece goes awry for the Dutch.
It's after around the shoulders, so scrum is here.
Despite the steepling figures in the second row that they have of Dirk Brühl and Martin Hust, it's still the Swiss who have disrupted and got the ball back.
Shoulders out, please. Yeah.
It hasn't. Look, they have Martin who is a brilliant player, and they have barely used him at all. So the Netherlands have to find a way to adapt these players to their strategy, because they can be massive key players for them.
Yeah. I'll move to that side. Okay. So march here. Sorry, march here. Go again. I need you to go bind
Switzerland's
up, and you long bind it
difficulties
up, okay?
in the second half against Georgia and Spain saw them concede the contest, essentially. Having been in both matches at half-time, they started to ship the points in the second 40. But that first half hasn't taken as much out of them, you would wager, as it did against Georgia, with the enormous forward pack that they can provide, or with Spain and that complete all-court game that they also deliver.
You're putting pressure before the ball is in.
There's more energy left in the tanks, Francisco, at this point for Switzerland than in previous matches, for certain.
The problem is that the fatigue starts, to accumulate. So we have seen with Germany that they opted for a high kick. Like Jules Porsche really is a different kind of player.
Last feet.
Yeah, the compounding element of the 3 weekends in a row. I know what you're saying, Francisco. Of course, that'll play a role. The Dutch have that as well. Dolman gets it on the left wing. Good meters made here. After contact, over the halfway line they go.
Use it.
Van Hilst. Plenty of willing chasers here. This is going to need to be claimed at the back. Dolman pats it back instead. Moutier.
You're onside, but you do eye
A
tackle.
blatantly high tackle.
Yeah, I know.
Almost a suplex wrestling move trying to perform on Van Hilst.
There you go.
This was a cornerstone of their losses against Georgia and Spain. Not saying that Georgia and Spain wouldn't win against them, against Switzerland, but the discipline and the fatigue made the downfall come quick. It started to crumble every single area they were doing well. Like the scrum, they're fending Netherlands, but it's barely, because the Dutch have found a way to crack to crack in the lock. So refreshing the set piece. Sorry, Jack.
Time on. Who is number 9? You. Back,
And
you can push back.
Francisco, no doubt that playing into why these changes are being made on the 49-minute mark and no later. Nathan Kelsey on, as well as Alexandre Pantillon in the front row. Dolman, oh, he's taken back. And that's what happens even if you're Bjorn Dolman, but you haven't set things up with enough disguise. Switzerland ransacked the left winger. Footwork from Brühl. It's a nice line as well, isn't it? From Tafadza Kahembe. Great speed from the hooker. Van Hilst, he's got a lot of options here as they try to work an opening into the 22. Maya sees some space himself, Vikash Maya. Taken down in the end by Motung. The Dutch spreading it wide quickly for Plank. Maybe a little rash though from the Dutch to go straight away to where Verplank was. There wasn't too many friends around him.
This is the second time that Moutier does a high tackle, and Diogo Miranda can give him an yellow card if he continues to be indisciplined. And you see, like it had happened with Georgia and Spain, the conditioning from Switzerland is coming down, and you see the Netherlands going up, they're regaining their strength, more organized. That pass for Sam Verplank was a bit of a risk, I agree with you, Jack, but everything else, well done. Great from Vickers Meyer, and they're building up. For Switzerland, they have to stop with indiscipline, because this will just give the win to the Netherlands.
Not a warning, just make sure you slow it down, okay? Time is on. High tackle.
No doubt Brian Eason, with his knowledge and access to all those training tools and the GPS tracking and the ways that energy can be managed that he would have had access to with Scotland women in his time as their head coach. He will have been ensuring and pressing those buttons at half-time to tell his Dutch team that this is what will happen. Their challenge will fade. We'll see if it will, but that certainly would have been the message. More changes coming in. Into the middle of the lineup they go. The Dutch coalesce into this orange group of forwards hell-bent on crossing the whitewash.
Going sideways, one stop.
Nhembe with the ball at the back. And he's ready to alight, so is Van Hilst. But Meyer says go the other way. Van Hilst might go himself.
Last feet, last feet. Now you step
They're
away.
cordoning off the 5-metre line, Switzerland.
Number 8.
Just lifting it.
Release.
Overly
Tackle, release.
energetic defence from the Swiss, so they give the penalty away. Van Hilst flies it across the face. It was Nace Voets who took that on.
Last
And
feet.
then Sjoberg. And here is Kahembe. He keeps his head down and drives. And this is great momentum here. Vickers Meyer into the line now. The hands along the line from Dolman, and this will be run in the end. And it's a beautifully handled piece of play. Sem Verplank runs it home for the Dutch. Every pass perfectly weighted. And the Dutch paint a pretty picture in Switzerland.
Great. I think we are reliving the first half, because this was the Netherlands in the opening 15 minutes of the game. Like scored also 10 points. Let's see if Vickers can convert it, but he has been flawless on the tee today. But like flawless bit of play. Good maul drive. It didn't go in. We go face to face. Okay, penalty advantage, and then let's risk a bit and go out wide. Excellent. But this was the Netherlands in the opening 15. Can they replicate to the last 27 minutes we have still on the clock?
Meyer again on target. Wonderfully elegant kicker of a rugby ball that Vickers Meyer is. And he makes it all 7. 23 points to 15. The Netherlands leading Switzerland.
And in a game like this, it will come down to the tee takers, like I say. Jules Porcher has been amazing with it, but Vickers Meyer, like those free kicks from the halfway line, could lead to the Netherlands get a precious win today.
Right in front.
Taken and kicked downfield straight away to nullify territorial loss for the Netherlands.
There you go.
This is the worst part of the puzzle for Switzerland, is to play as well as they did in the first half, and they have been unable to do it in the past 2 games. So, and another line
Pinch to the lineup. Now Martin Huys, who rose to take it in the air.
Now. Ball's there. Now, ball is lifted. Ball.
It's a new scrum half on for the Dutch. Shaped Tiver van der Kamp. Coming forward, but rising highest is for Plank. And then it knocks around. Someone from Switzerland goes down. Jules Porcher takes a heavy collision with the turf, but with no one really around him.
I think this is going to be a pivotal moment for Switzerland, because Sami Sjoberg is down. And Samuel is one of the biggest parts of the puzzle for Switzerland. He has a massive heart, he's a hard worker, he's a player that gives so much to the game and so much to his team. If he's off while injured, it can, give even more momentum to the Netherlands. I think Brian Easing will be very happy with this try, because almost all backline players were involved, and they didn't spend too much time with the ball in their hands. They just
Time on, line out.
passed, and found out wide the option score. Incredible.
Advantage, knock one.
Switzerland's own ball conspires against them. It was in their hands and they just knocked it on from that
See
point.
the line out, so it's scrums here.
A couple of technical errors, Francisco, which again play probably into the idea that the second half quality might not be there, given the energy levels that were required in that first half. But as we head towards the hour mark,
Make sure you keep the pressure on the button.
maybe we're overplaying that side of things, Francisco.
Yes, because in the 15 minutes of the first 15 minutes of the second half, they have barely gotten to the Dutch own field.
Guys, we have
22. So it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. Like first half, incredible Switzerland, massive, gigantic. They were so fierce and daunting. And in the second half, there's nothing. Like Porsche has made 2 line breaks, but that was it. Everything else, lineouts has started to fail them. Scrums are barely doing enough, and they're losing in defense. So many discipline errors already.
Tibbe van der Kamp quickly gets the ball away, and the Swiss having to turn their attentions to defense right now. They can't even worry about their attack. Maya on the charge, takes the easy meters that were offered. Van der Kamp, interception here. Now this might help the Swiss, hacking the ball downfield and changing the momentum of this period of play. It's bobbling around. Now the chase is on. It's just behind the line. There's a dive for it from Schmid. Lucas Schmid thinks he scored. And potentially on a sixpence, this match changes again. Let's listen in.
I don't think it's a ball forward. You haven't switched those on it. Come on, Scott. No need, no need. Remember, no, I don't have
They've got it, haven't they? Francisco, it looks for all to see. Like that was touched down, and the referee's walking back. We're lining it up. Look where we are. It was something we should have pointed out, that although, Francisco, everything you described moments ago was spot on for those first 18 minutes of the half, it's not necessarily a state of affairs that will endure, because the momentum shift can happen.
An interception can shift a game completely. Like when the rugby gods want to have fun with the game, they'll make everything to the 10. Like everything went to Switzerland way. Like that kick bounced the right way twice. It was not once, it was twice. And then that second kick, it felt perfectly well to score the try. It was 3 players on it. Verplank thought he had grounded, but he didn't. So incredible from Switzerland. Like we have a game here.
Lucas Schmid got the touchdown, and Switzerland now have just injected another 10 minutes of high-energy rugby into their veins. They're going to be charging around the pitch with their tails up from this point on. Forget what physiology is telling their brains. The prospect of staying in this contest right to the very end and maybe sneaking it is going to be firing their cylinders right now. So, Blessing. Mouton picks and goes, or rather lifts the ball off the floor for his forwards to make some yards. Porsche.
Now, yes. Falls a lot. Three off.
It's well timed, isn't it? I mean, it might, if that moment could have been given again to Tibbe van der Kamp. Dolman, it doesn't go to him. Then the hack on, and Schmid arrives The express train, the cross-border express train from Geneva all the way down. That's how fast he was moving.
Release! Stop there, I'm watching.
The Dutch start again. Renewed and perhaps firing with a bit of
Timing is good.
frustration at those last couple of moments. Here's the flank. Chips over. Now this could bounce anywhere. Van der Kamp has to go back because he was well offside. He did well not to give a penalty away. This is going up in the air. Ilan Vasten, wearing 23, chases after his own kick. It's taken though by Switzerland. Swiss fans making noises for every type of collision at the moment.
For me, I think Brian Easton has been a great head coach for the Netherlands since he took the role. But the decision, I don't know if Max van Hilst was injured and had to come off, but I think if it was just a decision by the staff, he came off too early. He was being one of the best Dutch players on the pitch, and I know you have to give game time to everyone. But in such a close game like this one, you have to be careful now how you manage it. And like suddenly, and it's not. I'm not taking. I'm not criticizing. Van Kamp, but that pass led to Switzerland score a try, and we have a game, and it's going to be very perilous waters until the end. I don't know, maybe the Netherlands scores not another try and ends everything here, or Switzerland comes back on and scores immediately another, and they'll be so injected with dynamics and the belief they can win it, it's going to be impossible to take them down.
There you go.
It's going to be an intriguing last quarter, maybe the best of the season so far for the Swiss. Maybe invoking that last 20 against Germany from last season too. It's still, we should stress, a long way from home for the Swiss, because the Dutch are round about at least 5 years ahead in their rugby programme than Switzerland would be. Some people might say a decade ahead, but their programme, their under-20s, under-18s programme, which has brought all these players through,
Overleaning.
it's something that we might see play out here, is that the quality in the last 10 minutes, the last 5 minutes, right down to the death, and the precision that they can play with. Jack Slob.
Advantage, tackler.
Van der Kamp. Advantage for the Dutch. Might have the chance here. Well, that would have been something, but advantage already being played.
If there's a player on the pitch that deserves to score a try and have a player of the match award, is Motong, because from the Swiss side, because he has been, you know, so massive for his side. Great energy. Now it's a critical time, a key time from the game. Do they go for the free or go to the corner? We are again in the same. Okay, so free, wise decision for Vickers Meyer.
35.
To put themselves beyond drop goal range, importantly, Francisco. And Jules Porsche's on the field. Meyer. Doesn't need all that power that he possesses, needs the precision here. And that precision has momentarily gone astray.
Jack, when the rugby gods decide that they want the game until the last second, you can't do anything against it.
Vikash Meyer might take you up, Francisco, on things being outside his control, although maybe that plays into why he missed that a little bit more. He can explain it away. It's the It's the gods above him who are deciding. Nonetheless, someone is going to make decisions on the fields today that win this match for some team. Let's just see how it goes. The Dutch and Maya playing well behind the gain line, and the Swiss lapping this up. They hurtle into contact. Big carry from the new man on, Bilal Egberts, the RC Ermland player.
Now, use it!
Van der Kamp. The planks after this. Porsche has the presence of mind to get it away as well. Finds his number 8, safe pair of hands that he is too. Cognac. Porsche. Deep, but Maya reading it very well. And Maya with the support of Ilan Vassen. Porsche hasn't claimed this first time. He's under pressure now. The number 10. He gets out of the first, he gets out of the second, and he gets out of jail. And what a kick he's made. Jules Porsche, of everything he's contributed to this match today, that couple of seconds might be the highest quality of the lot.
Like he seemed in trouble, not once but twice, and he was able to, you know, escape from those tackles and put out a 50-meter kick. Like, he's a madman, and when the madman has control in the game, it's very dangerous for the opposing side.
Dutch line out, disrupted again. Here's your madman. Francisco into contact. Blessing Mouton to Jeremy Toa. Flicks it out the back. Here's Schmid. So lively, the fullback. Mouton, oh, that goes to Flaws. The Swiss cough the ball up at an important point. Dutch scrum.
Is it important?
But still, it's a very unpredictable game. I would not try to predict who's going to win, because even if the Netherlands are on the lead right now by 1 point, you can feel that the Swiss believe that they can take the win. There's something in them. I think they are slowly that interception try that led to a try. Sorry. Gave them a second life, and they are believing they can do it.
Scrum is under pressure for the Dutch, but they get it cleanly away. Maya wants to put as maximum amount of pressure on the Swiss as he can. This is going to bounce all the way dead. And another moment which charges Swiss glasses.
So I don't like to play with destiny here, but Switzerland will be well positioned inside, almost inside the Dutch 22, and Jules Porsche knows how. Now, not 22, but not far off. But Jules Porsche is a great drop goal kicker, so why not? Why not?
You've called it now, Francisco. You've got in there early. It'll be on his mind. Well, Lars Lindenbach is joining this party after almost 70 minutes of Kahembe putting himself about. Another good performance from this Dutch hooker. He is most impressive with what he can deliver up front. Another promising front row forward in Netherlands colours. Blessing Mouton with a kind of smile that suggests he's got tricks up his sleeve here. He's certainly enjoying the potential of what this moment and the next 13 minutes might lead to. Scrum is going to be folded though by the Dutch. That's huge. Having been on the back foot in the last one, they turn the tables completely
Tight head, under pressure, up.
See, great decision making by Brian Neeson. Replaced Kahemi, who had done a massive performance today, and Linderback is one of the most experienced players in the team. So it was massive. The front row work put so much pressure on the Swiss that they were unable to stay up, and they went to stay down. Sorry, and they went up legally by the Dutch. Excellent, and now they have to score points to take the win, because they can't keep feeding belief to Switzerland, because at some point Jules Porsche or Mouton going to do to create something out of nothing, and deliver history here today.
So Lindenbach, after that scrub, looks to shore up the line out. It's good enough. Meyer, nice carry. Swiss falling off tackles a little bit. Meyer with a knock on here, and there's a break on too. A hack forward from Gaetan Ursch. Knock on.
Hershey is trying. Sorry. I was going to say, Jack, Hershey already did once, and he's trying again. Like, Netherlands have to be composed here. Don't do anything fancy. Just do, basic kind of stuff. Lock Jules Porsche out of the game. Don't allow him to come in, because it's just feeding the beast.
Dutch fans out there, we know how you're feeling, by the way. We know how nervous you'll be about this, but the Netherlands have been on the flip side of this kind of situation plenty of times when they've been putting the squeeze on teams, and the more established team is trying to secure the victory.
No one's going forward, but might as well take the new ball.
It's certainly the worst place to be for fans, to be in the situation of your team ahead, and on paper your team should win, but they're being tested in every way.
Yeah, but also the Lelos, when playing against Switzerland, they should have gone to the break with a 40-point lead, but they didn't, because Switzerland fought to only be down 7 points when the break came. The same against Spain. So right now, I think the only area that's being in trouble for them today, is the scrum. And Mouton has to feed the ball quickly. They can't be slowly, because this is only asking for the Dutch to sweep the scrum.
Yeah, he doesn't want to put it in, and he might have got away with it, Mouton, if it had gone in quickly and the hook was swift. Now this is Vickers Meyer territory.
Yeah.
But Meyer wants the corner.
I think that miss, like 5-6 minutes ago, took a toll on him, and he opts now to give the driving mode a shot to get them the win. And I think it's a wise decision, because if he doesn't feel comfortable taking the 3, it's better to trust in the pack.
Yeah, no ego there at all, is there, from Meyer, accepting the situation and obviously being very honest with how he's feeling, because at the start of the match he eyes up the posts comfortably and most likely knocks it through.
I don't know if you noticed, Jack, but Sammy Sorberg is back on the game. They took Chavanel out.
They stole the line out here, but Lindenbach is hunting, and Lindenbach is going to make things even better for the Dutch with a line out 5 meters from the line. Although Switzerland doing well to nick possession. Now, will they stay down and try to stop the drive, or will Switzerland roll the dice and try to challenge in the air to stop it even getting to that point? Lindenbach, man found, but not cleanly, and the Swiss have it. And they can clear. Mouton, Porsche, he's got as many meters on as that as he dared, and he has also got a penalty for taking Porsche out late, presumably. And yeah, that's exactly what's happened. Well, let's have a look here. Now that is late, and that might be worse, Francisco.
Yeah, Vicky Meyer came to say sorry, but at the same time, if Diogo Miranda opted to go to the TMO, it could be a yellow card because it's unwarranted. It doesn't need to do this. I know the Netherlands are nervous, and you can feel they are stressed. They have missed several opportunities, you know, to score at least 3 points or convert a try. But I think the match officials are looking to it.
Yeah, it was late.
We're going to check late
The
charge.
kind of late where you can say there was time enough to move, wasn't there? To move out of the way. As we see happier times for the Dutch at the start of this half. But this was the moment, and the interception claimed by Gaetan Hirsch. He kicked downfield, and the boot on the ball was there, and then Schmid arrived. And that boot came from Paul Davallet. Really his only contribution to the match of great note, but what an decisive left-footed prod he gave that.
Yeah, and it can be a key moment of the game. We don't know. We still have 7 minutes to go, but that bounce from Hirsch's kick, incredible. Like the rugby ball had a life of its own. Here we go.
It was Meyer, wasn't it? It was his opposite man who absolutely levelled him, came in with an elbow. I mean, this is not looking good, Francisco, for Vikash Meyer and for the Dutch.
Because he turns his body left, and he's not concerned by his opposing player. It depends on the match official. Let's hear what he has to say. But
So, we have a late charge by number 10. Okay, he has no taken care of number 10. Keep the ball, hit him on the chest, but charge the element.
Meyer off for the remainder of this match. And the officials swiftly reaching that conclusion.
Where was the ball out?
And Francisco, your reflection on the decision.
For me, it's the right decision.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it could have gone both ways, but the way that Vickers Meyer turns his body and the speed he goes against Porter is not right. You have to care a bit about your opposing player, because we are not enemies, we are rivals. And at the end of the day, he had no worries about what was going to happen. Of course, he said sorry after it, but if he knew what he'd done, he understands why he got the yellow card. For me, it's the right decision.
And those rugby gods again, Francisco, still playing a few cards in this one. The Netherlands leading by 1 point. The Swiss up to the 22 with 7 minutes remaining, aiming to land another major victory in the REC.
Attack is good. Well served.
Moton
Hold. Use it.
wants a few forwards to be out there, at least, so they're ready to recycle the ball after the next phase. It, of course, went to Coignat, who's become more and more influential, the number 8. And this man has been from the start, Martin Evot. Moton. They have to be so perfect here in defence, the Dutch. They can't give anything away. Dinked over the top. It's beautifully done. Schmid looks for support. The Swiss are through. The Swiss are scoring. It's Jonathan Dalle with his first touch of the Test match. And he might have just won the Test match for Switzerland. Jules Porsche again. The box of fireworks in Swiss ranks. They've tried everything to keep him quiet, the Dutch today, but they just can't.
About 40 seconds on.
come from Schmid, and it is a flanker's dream to be surging forward and only backfield players in front.
You know what I'm going to say, Jack? Jules, I don't know if the Switzerland is going to win in the end, but Jules Porsche has to be player of the match. He's in such insane toolbox. You know, in Portuguese we say a canivete Swiss, also a Swiss Army knife. Like, this man has every answer to every problem. Incredible.
So Vinny Gonnet has made it all 7. He's come on the path and slotted it. And Switzerland will look up at the scoreboard and see it saying 29-23.
Time is off, guys.
And the Dutch, where do they go from here? There's still time, firstly. Well, our player of the match discussion, normally we like to have a minute or so to discuss possible options. And Francisco, you're right to expedite that. There is no arguments. Jules Porsche, he dummied the drop goal. He made everybody think that's where he was going because they know his history. And instead, he's put the crossfield kick in. Lucas Schmid, teenage dreamer on the edge. And then he pops it off to Dalle. Oh, these Swiss players conjuring more rugby fantasies for everyone to enjoy. It's been that kind of a match.
From nothing, like if you can rewatch that try, like it seemed it was going nowhere. Not even the drop goal. I know everyone loves drop goals, but suddenly Jules Porsche, like, okay, I'm going to just cross kick and you'll see we're going to score a try. Amazing bit of play. When the rugby gods want something, they will get it in the end. So well played from Switzerland. Like, this team is so mature. It has grown so much in the space of 12 months. It's insane. It's insane. Even if we have to say that Netherlands has a completely different outfit.
Time is off, yeah.
Insane how they went from 73-0 to winning 29-23 with 4 minutes ago. And Porsche is out. Like,
there will be a lengthy time to run here, although the clock is stopped. So, of course, it doesn't mean that Vikash Meyer is going to be able to come back on, because time is essentially not moving forward for him. So he will likely still be off for the duration of this match. Now, look here, it was another late challenge. And Porsche just bumped off after delivering that drop of Swiss delight into Lucas Schmid's path.
I'm not hearing
Well,
for
maybe.
the match of fusion. Oh, sorry, Jack. Continue.
Francisco only saying that Ilan Vasson might be also awaiting a card here.
It could be because it's a late challenge. Like, I don't know what Ilan Vasson was expecting to get out of that, but maybe the TMO is going to have a look. Like, it didn't seem that bad, considering that Jules Porsche seemed he was standing, but now he's down and he's going to come off on the stretcher, so it isn't good. Netherlands are already playing with 14 men. They can come down to 13, so we're gonna to wait to see what happens. But again, Jack, like Jules Porsche, like last season, that drop goal against Germany, when Germany, I remember that game like perfectly well, because Germany were about to score another penalty kick. They missed, went for more drive. That chance was spoiled, and Switzerland went there from their own try line to the German 22 and scored a drop goal from Porsche. So he is like
Captain?
pure fantasy.
Let's have a listen again to Diego Miranda here.
Yeah. Yes. Up. Okay.
So whilst Porsche is down, the captain of Switzerland, for the second time in the match, moves to the vice-captain in Sami Sjoberg. And it is Porsche, of course, who is down after that bump, and it didn't look to be half the knock he sustained moments earlier, but maybe the accumulation or just an innocuous one. So he's now off. Jules Porsche. Gwendal Laura comes on for a massive 5 minutes as the orchestrator of things for Switzerland. Without Porsche, 6 points ahead of the Netherlands. We said we're in for a last 20. Well, that will be nothing to what we're in for in this last 5.
It was very unfortunate but I think I agree with you, Jack. I think it was accumulation of all the hits and the game, because Porsche has been massive and he like sustained some big tackles today. Like, he's not a tall player, and which makes difficult for him when a big player like Jack Slob has an excellent tackle in the first half to Porsche. It brings him down with power. But there's something that we have to talk about, is Oli Vinier, like the Switzerland head coach. How he was able to, bring this team from the trophy level, win trophy level, get into the championship, and in 12 months, deliver a team that has proven that it can play at this level. It's incredible. It's remarkable for me.
Well, they invoked the spirit of the Jamaican bobsleigh team when they were trying to qualify from the Rugby Europe trophy to the championship. It was a motif, a film that the team would watch, that they would take inspiration from. And I think it was more than just a side joke almost. It was believed, and it was taken on a little more seriously than it might sound like when we just talk about it over the airwaves in this manner. It was part of their identity on that journey, and they are still invoking that spirit and the improbable nature of being a minnow, relatively speaking, and trouncing the established names and giving bloody noses to teams all across Europe now. Germany last season and the Netherlands this season. But it's an asterisk. It's an asterisk, because this isn't over. But what we've seen here, and what these fans have seen over the first 75 minutes, it can't be undone. And in many ways, the result comes secondary to the experience that the fans have had today, and we've had, and hopefully you've had watching on as well, I'm sure. Because that's really what matters. That's what people will talk about in the taverns around Neuchâtel. They'll fill their tankards and glasses and talk about this match for a long, long time.
Number 10, up. Nice.
Jules Porsche receiving a gladiator's acclaim for his performance today. It's not the fitting end for him. It's with everyone's best wishes with which he goes to the sidelines, and goodness me, we hope he's okay. I'm sure largely precautionary, what we're seeing. But he has been the player today, the player of the match, Francisco, without compare. But now, a massive 5 minutes
Time is back one.
without today's key protagonist. Switzerland leading the Netherlands by 6 points. 5 minutes to play. The ball knocks on. This is still here for the Dutch to come through. Van der Kamp gets the pace high. Not just a try required, but the conversion as well to see them into the lead. They're doing it all without Vickers Meyer, their fly half. He's still in the sin bin for a late hit on Jules Porsche, in some way contributing to him leaving the field. Ilan Vassen with the second man to bump Porsche after he kicked the ball. He's been taken out, no doubt about it, by this Dutch team. They've been the villains here today. They might be even more inclined in that direction if they secure the victory in these final minutes. But that's not for them to worry about. It's the victory that they need. Jack Slob into contact. Van der Kamp. Swiss defence holding in the 22. They don't have to be quite as squeaky clean as the Dutch had to be moments earlier, because the kick at goal won't materially make a difference. It'll add to pressure though. Yellow cards could come into play. 3 minutes to go. Francisco, this is high drama.
You have to go for the corner. Line out, driving maul, get 5 points, and then you have to rely on your kicker to get those 2 points, because time is going and we're 2 minutes and a half to the end.
Ilan Vassen took the kick to touch, and the Dutch are this close. Do the Swiss stay down? Can they find it within themselves? The required vestiges of energy to keep the Dutch at bay again. The Dutch don't manage to get the rolling maul going. Linnenbank. Tibber Van der Kamp, head down from the inside centre, Nota. Van der Kamp, it's nice ball for the scrum half to play with. The 5 metre line is where they're up to. Switch of play with Vassen, here they go. The plank is looking to get this there. It's still alive for the Dutch. The risk of the pass was worth it. It's still in their possession. The fullback Tay Campbell plays scrum half. Linnenbank again. Slob picks and goes. They were worryingly staying off him, the Swiss. They let him have a few too many meters there. Linnenbank goes next. 3 meters out. Black jerseys, staying as connected as possible. Nothing can come between them here if they're to deliver this victory in the REC. A second one for the history books. For the Swiss, they have to be right on it here. The Dutch are pushing for the moment. And the score, have they been held up? They have been. Some hands from Swiss players have got under the ball, and it's those which have saved them. The two centres coming up last, and therefore Gaetan Hirsch and Jeremy Toa must have been involved, but the stay of execution might be all it is. We're going to the TMO. Paulo Durarte is the TMO. So Diego Miranda, his compatriot, will have a conversation on the sidelines here. This is tense. The question he asks is going to be all important. And I think he wants to go and see this up close himself as much as he can, take Paulo Durate's voice. Francisco, how will this be playing out in their minds? In fact, let's have a listen if we can. Jack Slob with the carry prior to this charge to the line. There's Ursh. Trying to halt the Dutch before they pierce the whitewash. Is the picture clear enough? At the moment, there's no ball in shot for Paolo Dorati to make a call. And that favours Switzerland.
From this angle is very difficult to award the try, because I think the decision from Diogo Miranda on the spot was he didn't ground, but they Netherlands held up. Huge.
Again, quick to make their decision. It may be the defensive set that wins the match for Switzerland, but they're going to need another.
Jack, huge moment of the game here.
To say the least. What do the rugby gods have in store in these final exchanges? Jack Slob stands over the ball with Bilal Egbert. It's Slob who picks and goes. He's initially turned away by the Swiss guards. They'll have to reset, and those Dutch numbers come, and they come together, and the orange jerseys looking to link up. The ball spills. Switzerland have it back. It might be a knock-on after all, as 80 ticks rounds. A yellow card. It'll be Dutch possession again, and now numbers are equal. So it's 14 on 14. Yellow card shown. Same playbook. The Dutch go again. Slob goes again. They're close to the posts as well. The conversion would be a straightforward matter. The next phase is there. The pick and go, and looking for the line and the shutout. Dutch reloading, looking for this decisive score to get themselves out of this tightest and trickiest of encounters against the Swiss. The black line staying firm, and the Dutch diving and looking for every single space that's arriving, and there's one here, but they're held up, are they? Numbers trying to seal this off. It was Vassen who might have got there.
Has he done it, Jack?
The referee mics failing for us at the last possible moment. Held up the initial call, but now to the TMO. It's another twist. Another heart-wrenching moment for both Swiss and Dutch fans. And even after that, Francisco, if it is given, the conversion is with enough jeopardy that it's not straightforward at all. We have got drama all the way to the very end. Vikash Meyer might even be able to come back on at some point.
But the game is done. It's
not if there's advantage after advantage, and Miranda, the referee, might have seen something that he didn't like. Anyway, we think this is the moment. This is what it comes down to, whether Ilan Vassen was held up or not. If he is, the Swiss win. If he scores, it's a shot on goal to try to win the match.
possibly the game of the pool stage.
And that's saying something with what we've seen so far in the REC. It is delivering again this competition. Everyone trying to look at what the coaches and what the referees are saying in front of that television. It's tight for the Dutch as well. They want this victory as much as the Swiss do.
Because if Switzerland clinches here win, they're going to face Germany in the ranking semi-finals, and whoever wins stays in the men's Rugby Europe Championship. And if Germany loses, potentially they will go down to the trophy level. But like, what a game!
Well, what can we see here? This is Vassen. It looks for all ends up he's going to score, and he doesn't quite get it down at the first grounding opportunity. It didn't seem, unless this can prove otherwise. Does he get it down here, Francisco? After that, I think he's held up, but maybe that initial grounding is there.
It needs to be slowed down here. It's such a tight call.
What is for certain is that Cyril Flukiger put in an incredible tackle. Now, body language and lip reading required. There's a big smile. There's a big smile on Swiss faces. But let's wait. A hand gesture which sends the stands into delirium, pure delirium. Switzerland trounced a year ago by the Dutch 73-0 in Amsterdam. But on home soil this Sunday afternoon, they win a historic victory, their second ever in the Rugby Europe Championship. 29 points to 23. The rugby gods have taken a seat on the hills around the Lac du Neuchâtel, and they have had their fun today. They've been in control of this one. It's ended with these numbers. It's ended with Swiss smiles, and they have landed another massive blow. One that should be recognised across all rugby circles, because the Swiss are coming. They're climbing the ladder, and they've taken another name on that journey. It's of the Netherlands. After Germany last year, the Dutch now know what it feels like to sink, to defeat against Switzerland, because they do it with the most joyous style of rugby. And they do it with a man called Jules Porcher, who today, as he did a year ago, has been the difference maker. He's been the miracle man, and he has set this stadium alight. For Switzerland, they've done it for him. Francisco.
It's like nothing against the Netherlands, who is one of the rising nations in the world for me, because all of their pathway, of the amount of good players, young players they have developed in the last 6 years. But it's impossible to not fall in love with an underdog story because last year Switzerland lost 73-0 against the Netherlands, and today they won it. Like, this is the stories that we want to tell people, and it's a way to showcase that it's possible. It's not impossible. Never say never. Like I know the Dutch fans are not happy. They can complain about this decision and there, but some of the players missed points and missed opportunities, while the Swiss were just remarkable. Like Olivier Nier, we have given player of the match to Jules Porsche, but Olivier Nier deserves the coach of the year for the last 12 months. Like incredible work.
It almost feels like a result that's happened to the Swiss because of the way this played out. How down and out they seemed midway through the second half. Jon Dolman got things going. Francisco, this was a long time ago. A lot's happened in the rugby world since then.
Like a lifetime happened ago. It's I have no words. It's difficult to. Like, the Netherlands bossed Switzerland around for the first 50 minutes in the first half and in the second. And then start to lose control, start to go out of their manual, start to give Switzerland a lifeline. And the Swiss not only took it by force, but said, yes, we're going to mount a comeback. And what a game. Like, I think fans will enjoy rewatching this game because it had everything.
Something guiding Switzerland that was from on high today. What a lovely try this was from the Dutch. They have such quality when they get this going. And there were heroes and villains today, and we shouldn't shy away from that with the way that Jules Porsche was treated in those final 10 minutes and ended on a stretcher. And I don't think the Dutch coloured themselves in the best way in those minutes, but you can understand the frustration, and no one intended, of course, to hurt Jules Porsche, but he was the man who had to be stopped, and they tried their best. They just couldn't. This was a moment for Lucas Schmid that I think will be nursed, be recalled into his dotage. He's just 19 years of age, Lucas Schmid, and he's come in here from stage right to steal the show. No one sees him coming. Porsche here with the most delightful of kicks over to Schmid. And the match winner, we shouldn't forget this man's name, Jonathan Dalle, who had one contribution in the match, and this was the one. And what a one. Let's get some reaction from the Netherlands coach here, Brian Easton.
Brian, tough match today. Can you share your thoughts after this game?
Yeah, listen, I think Switzerland deserved that. You know, without a doubt, they were. I thought they were better at contact time. They got a foothold in the game, and you know we made a few mistakes, and they capitalised on that. So I have to give all credit to Switzerland today. We didn't quite get a foothold of the second half. We went in fairly comfortable, fairly calm around how we could play out the game in the second half, but we didn't quite get a foothold in that. And Switzerland took their chances, and credit to them.
With the break before the semi-finals being ahead, what will you focus on?
Look, I think the most important thing is to rest and get back to just getting our detail right around a few things. 3 games on the bounce is quite tough. We had a long travel coming here. We've got a long travel home as well. So, 2 or 3 days just to kind of get our feet up, recuperate, and then get our heads on the semi-finals.
Thanks very much. Safe travels. Thank you.
So the Dutch will face Belgium in the ranking semi-finals in 2 weeks' time, whilst the Swiss will face Germany. Let's hear from Mees van den Voets. Mees Voets right now.
Tough match today. What do you feel your team was missing today, Mees?
Yeah, look, I think we made too many mistakes, and Swiss, they took advantage of it. Look, for us, it's a big process. We have a very young team. I think it's the 12th first cap for someone this rec. So yeah, look, it's a big process, and we learn from this. But yeah, I think our errors were too many errors. Yeah.
For the next upcoming games, what will be important?
What I say, like, I think sometimes we have to keep more to our system and play a bit smarter. Like, we're a very young team. I think we have to grow up in some stages, but like, we're gonna push our training really hard to fight for this rec and give everything.
Thanks for your time. Thank you, mate.
Francisco, will you just frame for us the importance of now the weekend of March the 7th coming up? We've got a few interviews coming, but when we get a chance to, because as we said, it'll be now Switzerland against Germany and Belgium against the Netherlands. Let's hear from a few more coaches, but Francisco is going to frame the importance of what's still to come in this year's Rugby Europe Championship for Switzerland. Big days ahead. Extremely exciting times for Swiss rugby. So it might not yet be going down.
Olivier, what an amazing match.
Yes,
what are
Olivier
your thoughts
here.
after this game?
I'm very, very proud of my player. Sometimes it's my president who have this kind of declaration after the game, but today is for me. So we are very happy, very proud, and it's nice to see how we, as I said before the game, growing up, how to say that, step by step. And so thank you for the players.
What made the difference today? What was the point that made the difference?
I think that what is really our best thing is our team spirit. We start not very good the game, but we never stop to think we can do it, and we never stop to have this confidence of the group and the team of the Nati. So I think it's confidence and determination.
Great, congratulations. Thank you so much. Jules, what a game today. Are you satisfied with the result?
Je suis très satisfait du résultat, très content de l'engagement de l'équipe et très fier de cette première victoire contre les Pays-Bas.
Yes, we are very satisfied with the result. Also proud of how we played today, and also thanks to the Netherlands for coming down and giving our home fans such an amazing game to watch.
With the break ahead before the semi-finals, what will you be working on?
Régénérer, repos, et pour pouvoir être à 100% pour la demi-finale, vu qu'on reçoit l'Allemagne, on sait que si on gagne, on est maintenu. Donc repos cette semaine et après feu pour la demi.
Yeah, so a lot of things are hurting right now. So we're going to take this week to regenerate to 100%, and then we're just going to go 100% again and see what we can achieve this year.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Oh, great to see Jules Porsche off the stretcher, standing up again, and Sami Sjoberg translating for us. Yeah, it's an exciting time, 100% again. They are going to go. And Francisco, it's going to be a fascinating time. 7th of March, 2 weeks' time. Switzerland against Germany. Outline for us what's at stake for both teams.
Yeah, it's the ranking semifinals are going to be a very entertaining affair for everyone. I think we have going to have Jules Porsche speaking a bit more, but it's going to be massive.
It is indeed. It's going to be so important. But today, the day to savour, firstly, and this has to be celebrated properly. I'm sure it will be around Neuchâtel for the rest of this afternoon. They have been so terrifically entertaining Switzerland this afternoon, and they deliver that victory over the Netherlands. So we have one more match of the weekend to bring you. It could be very interesting indeed. Portugal against Romania from 5:30 UTC time today. But from here, from Neuchâtel, Switzerland have defeated the Netherlands, and that's all anyone needs to know right now. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Have a very good rest of the weekend.